Good afternoon, this is Sam Cox with the Instructional Services Department, and I'm here with an introductory video for how to use your PowerTeacher Pro gradebook and how to start to get it set up. This is the first in a series of videos, hopefully showing you how to get some standards-based grading into your gradebook for this year. So here you can see I am on a teacher's home screen. Thank you, Kathy Stewart from Lincoln Elementary, for letting me use your screen. This is sample screen. I'm not actually in Kathy's live screen. So I'm at the current classes screen here on PowerTeacher, and I'm going to go to the gradebook. So I'm going to click on PowerTeacher Pro. It doesn't matter which subject area I'm in when I first click in. We can change that later on when we get into the gradebook. Looking at the top of our screen, we see in the middle an area where you can select which which class that you're currently working on. I'm going to go ahead and click over to the reading class. Up here, there's a quick link if I want to create an assignment. I'm not going to have to mess around with creating categories today. The question mark has a lot of helpful areas for you can go to for tips and tricks or getting started, what's new, and other videos. And of course, over here on the right, I always want to make sure I'm working in my current term. In this sample section, I only have year 1 set up. As teachers, you should see your 4 different quarters in there. Now I'm going to come down here, and the grading tab is where I can find my assignment list. Currently, I don't have any assignments in reading, so my score sheet should be blank also. There's the students that I'm working with. And my category list. These top 5 categories are what you're going to work in when you're scoring traditional subjects like writing or PE or art. And the standards assessment and standard classwork categories are what you're going to be using for reading and math for your standards-based grades. I'm going to come down here to the settings screen, and a couple settings I want to check. First, on display settings, I want to make sure that Show Traditional Grades is checked, and then on my Select Values I have the grade box checked. Everything else we're going to leave at their defaults. Clicking on Settings again, I want to come down to Class Descriptions and show you a helpful tip. If you are in a school, or if you're a departmentalized type teacher and you want to rename this category name from reading, let's say I was a PE teacher, and instead of having PE 1, 2, 3, or 4, I could change this to the actual teacher that I was working with. So let's say, use a Paonia Elementary School example. If this was Mrs. Benson's class, I could change that. Come over here to the bottom right and click Save, and you can see how that class name has changed. For today's purpose, I'm going to go ahead and keep it at reading so that we know for this particular teacher I'm working in the subject of reading. Once more over on settings, I want to go over to the standards grade calculations and just share with you that when we are calculating students' final grades for our standards-based categories, we will be calculating their final grade off of the most recent scores, and we're going to be equally weighting their 3 most recent scores. Okay, that's all I'm going to share on the setup with you for right now. The next video, I'll start to get into how to set up an assignment. Thank you.